Hey, my beautiful friends. I have a quick question for you. Maybe not a quick question, but a good question. What if you could triple your results? What if you could actually triple your results by making a few simple changes? What if your progress could be even better than you imagined? I used to believe that I could do it on my own, all on my own. And I did for a long time. I thought I'm smart enough. I have the character for it. I'm determined. I'm disciplined. I have all of those things going for me. I don't need the help. Does that sound familiar? The problem is it worked for a while until it just didn't work. Once I got past like my middle 30s, that relying on my strengths in those perspectives no longer worked for me for my fitness goals. It was for a stage, and then I have to move on to something different. If you want different results, I know you guys have heard this before. If you want different results, you have to take different actions. You have to make some changes. So today I want to share three game-changing shifts. Let's call them shifts that took my progress from it just took it to the next level. It took it to where I was trying to go. Right? We all have this level. If you're watching this, you're on the same mindset that you're valuing fitness and wellness and health, and you want to do something about it, or you're looking for more motivation to pour into your life, which is always good. The more of that you can do is the better. But these things help me stop spinning my wheels. Right? I was at a point where I was just spinning my wheels, doing the same old things day in and day out, and nothing was changing at that stage. So I just want to share these three things with you. Number one, just get a coach, right? Get a coach that knows more than you do. And I know this is hard for those, if you're like me, where you're determined, like you can figure it out. You don't need somebody to tell you what to do or how to do it, because up to this point in your life, you can always figure out what you want to happen. And me too. I've always been able to figure it out until you realize that there's a reason there are mentors in this world. There are a reason there are coaches in this world, because we all reach a point where we need somebody else to take us to that next level that we're ready for. The first thing that changed everything is when I got a coach. I didn't need a coach up to that point. Like I could get to a certain level that I was going for all on my own, and I didn't need a coach. But at some point, I needed a coach that knew just a little bit more, had been doing this in this lifestyle a little bit longer, had been working with lots of women. And so she knew the tricks and hacks and what you're leaving out and what you need to leave out, and things that I wouldn't have really necessarily known. And I get it, ouch, right? Admitting that you need help, admitting that you can't do it all on your own, and that you don't have all the answers. It can be really hard, especially for women like us. But listen, the best athletes have coaches. The best performers have coaches. The most successful business leaders have mentors. Even in our faith, we look to wise counsel and spiritual leaders to guide us, because they're in it more. It's their study. It's what they do. They understand things in a different way, and they can shift your eyes to the direction that you need to be shifted in all those aspects. So why do we think that it would be any different in our fitness? Like we can only go so far, and then we need somebody to help us to get to the next level, or push us past the plateau, or help us get out of our own way. And especially when we don't see that we are the person in our own way. Point number two. The second shift for me is I found a community of women who were doing this thing together. Not perfect, but we're on this journey together, looking for each other, looking for accountability, looking to cheer each other on. Just having that mindset, having a community of people who have that mindset, like this is where we're going. Because probably for most women that are clients of mine, You don't necessarily have that environment around you unless you seek it out, right? So probably your family are not a bunch of fitness people, for most people, are not a bunch of fitness people being careful what they put in their bodies, making sure they're moving and exercising and getting stronger, working on growth. Most of us, I dare say, don't have that kind of an environment already around us. So you have to seek that out. You have to find a group of women that are on this journey together because it keeps fueling you, right? You need that fuel because if it's just you day in and day out, you're gonna burn out. You're gonna run out of fuel. You're gonna run out of enthusiasm. You're gonna run out of that motivation. And having a group of people around you to help you, call you out when you need to be called out, to cheer you on when you have successes. They want to celebrate you and you celebrate them. It is a game changer. It really is. Proverbs 27:17 says, as iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another, right? We are meant to do life together, not struggle alone. I really want you to get that point. We are meant to do life together, not struggle alone. Number 3, this third shift for me was one of the hardest, but it truly set me free. I stopped making excuses. Now stay with me on this one. I stopped making excuses, even though some were legit excuses, some weren't. At the end of the day, they were all excuses, and they were keeping me stuck in the same place. Like I would kind of get out a little bit, get stuck again, get out a little bit, get stuck again, go a little bit deeper, it was just all around the same point because I was making excuses. Even a lot of times I didn't realize I was making excuses until I had a coach, until I had a community to call me out and open my eyes and my heart to some of these things they were allowing for myself. When I stopped seeing myself as a victim, which is what excuses really point to, is that you're seeing yourself as a victim. When I stopped seeing myself as a victim and I started taking ownership of my journey, everything changed. I started seeing solutions instead of the roadblocks, and I started doing instead of wishing. And I finally stepped into the person God created me to be. So, all that to be said, there are 3 shifts that you can take. Get a coach, find a community, quit allowing yourself to be stopped and stuck by your own excuses. Become aware of what those excuses are. So if you've been trying to figure it out all alone, let this be your sign. It's time to get the right people in your circle, get the right people in your corner when it comes to this fitness and health lifestyle. Get a mentor, get a group of women. Sometimes God's best for us comes through the people he places in our lives. And I have so many examples that I could tell you about in my own life. And a lot of them come in this area of fitness and growth. Don't let your pride keep you stuck, right? If you choose not to take action on this when you know you should, it's probably your pride saying, you don't need it. She doesn't know what she's talking about. It's that pride within us that a lot of times will keep us down. Reach out, connect, let yourself receive the support you deserve, right? Let yourself receive it. God is putting people in your life that are there to help answer your prayers. And you need to open your heart and mind and stop pushing them away. And if you're ready to take that a step further, I would love to chat with you about a program that I'm running for just women 40 and above. It's called Breaking Chains. And I would love to chat with you about it, see if that's even something that would be good for you in this stage of life. Just comment in the comments, Breaking Chains, and we can set up a little chat with us me and you, and we can talk about this new program and see if you would benefit from it. At the very least, we can chat and I can make connections for you on what kind of coach would be a good fit for you. If it's not my program, well, I know lots of coaches and I know lots of programs. And if I can just point you in the right direction to get you started, I would love to be a part of that. All right, talk to you guys later.